friend Jim here with JB's Big Adventure, coming to you from Lake Chapala, Mexico. And yes, I've got a great video here. We're going to be talking about the eclipse. I've had a lot of emails and folks reaching out to me asking me what the eclipse was like here at Lake Chapala. And that's what this video is all about. I'm not only going to share with you about here at Lake Chapala, but I'm also going to share with you the path and also the kind of revenue that it brought into the States and the widest path that it went through the country. But before I get to that, if you haven't already, I'd like to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's fast, free, and easy to do, and I know you want to be a part of it. All you got to do is go to the bottom right-hand corner. There's a little red box. Tap on it, and you're subscribed. Go ahead and give us one of those thumbs up. Let other people know it's a great video to watch about retiring here to Lake Chapala. Now talking about the eclipse. This was a very, very special eclipse because of the number of years that there hadn't been one, but the last one was in 2017, but it didn't have the same impact as this eclipse that we just had. But it brought in a huge amount of revenue as it went from Mexico all the way through the States into Canada. So I did some research to find out some things about it that I felt would be something good that you'd like to see. But what I'm going to do is I'm showing here some pictures to you of basically how I was able to, here at Lake Chapala, to see the eclipse. But what I want to do, first of all, is give you some of these numbers here. So first of all, there were 15 states that actually were affected. I shouldn't say affected, but benefited from the path of the eclipse. And it went from the states, it went from Texas and went up through Maine. So it was quite a swath that it actually went through the states itself. Now, it actually started, I should say, it started like in Mazatlan, but it ended up in Torreon, Mexico. Torreon, Mexico, when the most totality of eclipse, meaning it's the darkest. The totality is it's the darkest for a length of time. So the darkest area that the eclipse had, this last eclipse, was in Torreon, Mexico, and it actually was dark for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. That's amazing. Totally dark for 4 minutes and 28 seconds. So the path, or I should say the shadow of the eclipse traveled across the states at a speed of 2,410 miles an hour. That is fast when you think about it. I mean, that's moving right along. So some of the things that are really interesting, that is said that the states actually brought in from this eclipse in revenue in excess of $6 billion. $6 billion. As a matter of fact, Expedia reported that the hotel searches were up 1,155%. People were wanting to be in the place of the path of the eclipse. Now, Texas came in as the largest revenue at 1.4 billion, and Vermont came in at 52 million. So there's the highest and then the lowest. So that's talking about what took place with the eclipse going across Mexico and into the States. And so what I'm showing you here is I'm actually showing you a couple of different slides. And this is actually how Barbara and I saw the eclipse here at Lake Chapala. So what you see right now is a card. These are just index cards. One of them has a pinhole in it, and the other one is just a blank card. Now, what happens is when you take this card that's got the hole in it, you put it up on your shoulder, and you're doing this you're doing this in your silhouette, the shadow that's on the ground. When it actually goes through that little pinhole, it actually shows a shape on the card, and it's like the screen. So the eclipse itself, the outline is obviously going to be the white, and then the eclipse point itself is the portion that's covered, As you can see, it's a smaller amount. It was not a total. We could tell it was getting darker, but it wasn't like it was dark by any means. We still heard guys that are doing construction and all in the area. They were still working, and we heard of things going on just as they normally would. But to be able to look at that and then see what the eclipse looked like, it was a pretty interesting thing that I found out about, to be able to look at it, because we weren't able to see it directly. You don't want to be looking at it, obviously. You want to make sure you've got glasses. I've actually got a special lens. I could have done it with my camera, but I just thought I'd share this way of seeing this with you, because I thought it was pretty interesting, and it's something that anybody can do. And there's many other ways of doing it, but I just thought it was a simple way, and I wanted to share that with you. So for all of those that were reaching out to me, wanting to find out about the eclipse and what it was like here at Lake Chapala, there you go. I hope that's been helpful for you, and I hope you've enjoyed that. And as I always say, thank you so much for being a part of this channel, supporting the community. You have an awesome day, and we'll see you on the next video.